Do you ever feel like no matter what you do, true happiness is always just out of reach? You work hard, achieve goals, buy things you once dreamed of, but after a while the excitement fades. You start wanting more. It's like an endless cycle, one that never really makes you feel satisfied. But what if the problem isn't what you have, but how you see it? What if happiness isn't about getting more, but about something else entirely? Harvard scientists recently confirmed what ancient philosophers knew long ago: a simple practice that rewires your mind for happiness. And the best part? Anyone can do it. If you want to break free from the cycle and discover what really brings happiness, don't skip this video. You're about to learn something that could change the way you see your life forever. Think about how life is today. Everywhere you look, people are chasing something: more money, more success, more approval. Social media makes it worse. You see people showing off their perfect lives, their expensive vacations, their dream jobs. It makes you feel like you're falling behind, like you need to do more just to catch up. But here's the truth: many of those people are still unhappy. They have what they once wanted, but it never feels like enough. That's because the moment you get what you want, your mind moves to the next thing: a better car, a bigger house, a higher paycheck. It's like a game that never ends. And worst of all, it takes away your ability to enjoy what you already have. You don't notice the small moments, the quiet mornings, the laughter with friends, the simple joys of life, because you're too busy thinking about what's missing. This is the trap most people fall into. They think happiness is something they'll find in the future, but they never really reach it. The Stoics knew this problem long before modern science, and they had a simple but powerful solution, one that we're only now starting to understand. For thousands of years, Stoic philosophers believed happiness wasn't about having more. It was about changing how you see what you already have. They lived in a world full of challenges, just like we do: wars, loss, uncertainty, things they couldn't control. But instead of letting those things steal their peace, they trained their minds to stay calm. They didn't wait for life to be perfect to be happy. They learned how to be happy no matter what. And now, modern science is proving they were right. Studies show that our happiness doesn't come from outside things. It comes from how we think. And the Stoics had a unique way of training their minds for happiness. A simple practice that resets your perspective, makes you appreciate life more, and frees you from always wanting more. This isn't positive thinking. It's not about ignoring reality or forcing yourself to be grateful. It's something much deeper, something that rewires the way you see the world. Harvard scientists recently studied this practice, and the results were incredible. People who used it felt less stressed, more in control, and most importantly, happier. And now, you're about to learn exactly what it is. Scientists at Harvard wanted to understand what truly makes people happy. They studied different habits, beliefs, and mental exercises to see which ones had the biggest impact on happiness. One of the practices they tested was something ancient, something the Stoics had been using for centuries. The results were surprising. The people who practiced this Stoic exercise showed lower stress levels, greater emotional control, and a deep sense of happiness that lasted longer than those who didn't. Their minds became calmer, and they felt more satisfied with their lives. What's interesting is that this practice didn't involve getting more money, achieving more success, or changing external circumstances. It was something entirely internal. The studies showed that happiness isn't about what happens to you, but how you train your mind to respond to life. The Stoics had figured this out thousands of years ago, and now science confirms it. But what is this practice? It's something simple, yet powerful. It takes only a few minutes a day, but it can change the way you see everything in your life. The answer lies in a technique called negative visualization, and it might be the key to true happiness. Negative visualization sounds like a strange idea at first. Why would someone think about losing what they have? But this is exactly what the Stoics did, and now science proves it works. The idea is simple. Instead of focusing on what's missing in life, imagine losing what's already there. Picture what it would be like to wake up tomorrow and no longer have the things you take for granted. Your home, your health, your loved ones. For a moment, let yourself feel what life would be like without them. Then come back to reality and realize you still have them. This small mental shift changes everything. It makes you appreciate what's already in your life instead of always chasing more. It stops you from taking things for granted, and most importantly, it prepares you for life's challenges. The Stoics believed that by imagining loss, a person becomes stronger. Instead of living in fear of bad things happening, the mind learns to accept and appreciate the present moment. This practice doesn't create sadness, it creates gratitude. And gratitude, as both ancient wisdom and modern science confirm, is one of the biggest keys to lasting happiness. The human mind adapts quickly. What once felt exciting soon becomes normal. A new phone, a bigger house, a job promotion. At first, these things bring happiness, but over time, the feeling fades, and the mind starts looking for the next thing. This is called the hedonic treadmill, where happiness keeps slipping away, always just out of reach. The Stoics understood this long ago. They knew that the key to lasting happiness wasn't in chasing more, but in learning how to appreciate what was already there. Negative visualization works because it interrupts this cycle. By imagining life without something, the mind stops taking it for granted. Suddenly, simple things feel valuable again. A warm bed, fresh air, the people you love. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, called this practice preparing for poverty. He believed that by mentally facing loss before it happens, a person becomes stronger, calmer, and more grateful. Science now confirms this. Studies show that when people practice gratitude, they feel happier, less anxious, and more satisfied with life. Negative visualization is more than a mental exercise. It's a way to train the mind to find happiness in the present moment. Practicing negative visualization is simple, but it can change the way you see your life. Here's how to do it. First, pick something important to you. It could be your home, your job, your health, or a person you love. Then, close your eyes and imagine losing it. Not in a dramatic or painful way, just picture what life would be like without it. Imagine waking up one day and it's gone. Feel the absence for a moment. Now, open your eyes and return to the present. Nothing has changed. You still have it, but now it feels different. Suddenly, it's no longer something ordinary, it's something precious. This simple exercise trains the mind to appreciate what is already there instead of always searching for more. It can be done in just a few minutes a day, but over time, it reshapes the way you think. It reduces stress, increases gratitude, and makes happiness something that isn't dependent on external things. The Stoics used this practice to stay strong in difficult times. Science now proves it can help anyone feel more content and at peace with life. Try it once and see how it changes your perspective. At first, negative visualization might seem like a strange idea. Some may wonder, doesn't thinking about loss make you sad? But the truth is, this practice doesn't create sadness, it prevents it. By imagining loss in a controlled way, the mind learns to appreciate the present rather than fear the future. Others may ask, isn't this negative thinking? The answer is no. Negative thinking focuses on problems and makes a person feel helpless. Negative visualization, on the other hand, strengthens the mind. It prepares a person for challenges, making unexpected difficulties feel less overwhelming. Another common concern is, won't this make someone too cautious, always expecting bad things to happen? In reality, the opposite happens. The practice makes a person more confident because they no longer live in fear of losing what they have. Instead of holding on too tightly, they learn to enjoy life without constant worry. The Stoics believe that nothing lasts forever. By accepting this truth, they found freedom from fear. Modern science now confirms that those who train their minds in this way feel less anxious and more in control. Instead of being trapped by worries, they learn to fully appreciate life as it is. Negative visualization may seem like a small habit, but over time, it creates a powerful shift in the way a person thinks. Stress levels drop because the fear of loss fades. Gratitude grows because ordinary things no longer feel ordinary. A simple meal, a quiet morning, a conversation with a loved one, these moments become more meaningful. This practice also strengthens emotional resilience. When unexpected problems arise, they don't feel as overwhelming. The mind has already prepared for difficulties, so challenges feel manageable instead of terrifying. Happiness stops depending on external things. It no longer comes from success, possessions, or validation from others. Instead, it comes from within, a deep sense of contentment that stays no matter what happens. The Stoics believed that true happiness wasn't about controlling the world, but about controlling how the mind reacts to it. Modern studies now confirm that this shift in thinking leads to lasting well-being. Those who practice negative visualization find that they complain less, enjoy life more, and feel a deeper sense of peace. With time, the need for more fades, and what's already present in life starts to feel like enough. The Stoics understood something that modern science is only now proving. Happiness isn't about having more, it's about seeing life differently. Negative visualization is a simple practice, but its effects are powerful. It reduces stress, increases gratitude, and helps the mind find peace, no matter the situation. Instead of always chasing something new, it teaches appreciation for what is already here. If you've ever felt stuck in the cycle of wanting more but never feeling truly satisfied, try this practice for a week. See how it changes your perspective. If this video helped you understand happiness in a new way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps spread this knowledge to more people who might need it. And if you face challenges or use Stoic practices in your life, share your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else find the peace they're looking for.